Hiya, I'm Jason from Jason's Jungle. Down on the plot, the strawberries are flowering nicely and blooming away. Soon I'll be getting fruit on them. So now is the time that I need to make some fake strawberries to convince the birds that there's nothing edible anywhere around those beds. So I'm going to get on with do that now. If you notice here, I've got loads of cane toppers. That's just these regular round cane toppers. And I also have here, it's in a red spray paint. So the idea is to spray these gradually. You want to do thin layers so that it sticks better. Of course I've got the cardboard down because I don't want to paint the table. And I'm doing it outside because the stinks and the solvent's not so good to inhale. Okay, so that's the first lot done, layer done. I'll give that a couple of minutes to dry, and then I'll come back and I'll do a second layer, and then probably a third layer on top of that. Now it's time for the second layer of paint. So I'll come at it from a different angle, so not to stand in the wind because I'm now a little red, and I don't want the birds thinking I'm a massive strawberry. Gooseberry maybe. So they're going to need a third layer, might even need a fourth, but we'll see what that looks like at the end. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. I'm not going to bother painting the pips on. I had some of these in stones the other year and they worked, but the stones being not on a stalk, I glued some onto these things and they came off, and I had my sister do some and she painted some of them to actually look like strawberries. I think a bit OTT, but that's my sister. And they worked. They stopped a lot of damage. For the year before I had loads of damage, then very little damage. This isn't the only thing I'm doing. I will be putting down trays of water, because one of the reasons why they're going for these could be the strawberries, could be because they're thirsty. So making sure there's enough water out for them to drink, and that they get used to the fact that these aren't edible. Now for the third and final. I don't think I'm going to need a fourth one. I could put this one a little bit thicker. I should actually be about 12 inches away to get a decent coating. But this isn't a Rembrandt that I'm doing. In fact, it's more like a Jasper Pollux. So I'm not worried about it being perfect coverage or perfectly smooth, as long as it sticks. If I am too far away, it just all blows away. So they need to dry now, and then I can start doing the mounts for them. Okay, these are still a little bit tacky, but I'm making use of a bit of a lull in the neighbourhood noise. You can see what I've got here are bits of old cane support tubes that have basically bent and broken and can no longer really be used for supporting plants. I've chopped them down to about 8 inches, 12 inches, something like that. And these are what's going to be used to support these. So basically you just slot them on like you do normal cane toppers. As I said, this is still a bit tacky, so I'm getting... Yep, and then this just jabs in the ground. The rest of them I'm going to leave for a while and come back once they've dried off and pop them on here. I've got quite enough. I've got about 30 odd canes. I've got about 144 mock strawberries. So I'm sure I've got loads more twisted and broken ones down in the allotment. So I'll grab them when I go down later on today, and these will dry off by then, and I can mount them all up and put them in. So here we are in the square foot orchard, and if we look around here you can see how I've deployed these little false strawberries. Now I've dotted them all around under here. You can't really net under here because of the trees, so I'm hoping that this will discourage them from being eaten by birds. I put quite a few in here. They're spread out so you can't really see them that much. But also I'll be putting pans of water out, because one of the reasons could be because they're thirsty, so they go for juicy fruit, and that's the reason why they peck a few and then they leave, and then they peck a couple more and leave and never take a full fruit. Is because it's just their thirst that they're after. So that's the deployment of these little red things, and we'll see how they work.